In the vast blue waters of the North Atlantic Ocean lies a region that has fascinated the world for over a century, a place where ships have vanished without distress signals, where aircraft disappeared from radar, and where myths blend with science. This is the story of the mysterious Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is not officially marked on any world map. There are no warning signs floating in the ocean. Yet, its reputation echoes across history. The triangle is commonly defined by 3 points: Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan. Together, they form a massive triangle covering nearly 500,000 square miles of ocean. But how did this region become so infamous? The mystery began gaining attention in the early 20th century. However, strange reports date back even further. Some historians believe that even Christopher Columbus may have experienced unusual compass readings while sailing through these waters in 1492. In his journals, he mentioned strange lights in the sky and erratic compass behavior. Was this the first recorded mystery of the triangle? Fast forward to December 5, 1945. 5 U.S. Navy training planes took off from Fort Lauderdale on a routine mission. The squadron was known as Flight 19. The weather was clear. The pilots were experienced. Yet, during the flight, their compasses reportedly malfunctioned. The leader radioed that they were lost. Confused and disoriented, the planes flew deeper into the Atlantic and were never seen again. A rescue plane sent to find them also vanished. No wreckage, no bodies, no clear explanation. The world was stunned. Another famous disappearance occurred in 1918 when the massive U.S. Navy cargo ship USS Cyclops vanished with 309 people on board. The ship sent no distress call. It simply disappeared somewhere between Barbados and Baltimore, inside the triangle's boundaries. To this day, it remains one of the largest non-combat losses in U.S. naval history. Over the years, dozens of ships and aircraft have reportedly been linked to the Bermuda Triangle. Newspapers sensationalized these stories. Writers began calling it the Devil's Triangle. Books were published claiming alien abductions, underwater cities, time warps, and secret military experiments. One popular theory connects the triangle to the lost city of Atlantis. The idea suggests that advanced crystals from Atlantis lie beneath the ocean floor, emitting powerful energy beams that disrupt navigation systems. While fascinating, there is no scientific evidence supporting this claim. Another theory involves extraterrestrials. Some believe UFOs use the area as a portal or base beneath the ocean. Again, no verified proof has ever been found. But what does science say? Oceanographers explain that the Bermuda Triangle lies in one of the most heavily traveled shipping lanes in the world. With thousands of ships and aircraft passing through each year, statistically, accidents are bound to happen. The region is also home to the powerful Gulf Stream, a fast, moving ocean current that can quickly carry wreckage away from crash sites, making recovery extremely difficult. Weather plays a huge role. Sudden tropical storms and hurricanes frequently form in this region. Massive waves, sometimes called rogue waves, can rise unexpectedly, reaching heights of over 30 meters. A ship caught in such conditions could sink rapidly. There's also the issue of methane gas hydrates beneath the ocean floor. Some scientists suggest that sudden releases of methane gas could reduce water density, causing ships to lose buoyancy and sink. Though possible in theory, no direct evidence has proven this has caused any specific Bermuda Triangle disappearance. What about compass malfunctions? Interestingly, the Bermuda Triangle is one of the few places on Earth where magnetic north and true north align closely. In earlier centuries, this could have confused navigators who didn't account for magnetic variation. A small navigational error in open ocean can lead to massive deviations in course. In 1975, author Larry Cushy published a detailed investigation debunking many Bermuda Triangle myths. He discovered that several reported disappearances either happened outside the triangle, occurred during severe storms, or were exaggerated by media reports. Insurance companies do not charge higher premiums for ships traveling through the Bermuda Triangle. The U.S. Coast Guard does not recognize it as an official danger zone. Modern satellite tracking shows no unusual pattern of disappearances compared to other busy ocean regions. So why does the mystery persist? Because humans are drawn to the unknown. The ocean covers over 70% of our planet, and much of it remains unexplored. The deep sea is darker than space, more alien than any distant planet. When something disappears without a trace, our imagination fills the gap. Psychologists call this pattern seeking behavior. We connect isolated events into larger mysteries. The Bermuda Triangle became a cultural phenomenon, featured in documentaries, movies, books, and conspiracy theories. Yet, despite decades of research, no verified evidence proves that the Bermuda Triangle is paranormal or supernatural. Still, the stories continue. Fishermen sometimes report strange fogs that appear suddenly and vanish just as quickly. Pilots describe moments of spatial disorientation over open water. Sailors speak of sudden silence in the wind. Are these simply natural phenomena misunderstood by the human mind? Or is there something about this stretch of ocean we still don't fully understand? Perhaps the true mystery of the Bermuda Triangle isn't about disappearing ships. Perhaps it's about us, our fear of the deep, our fascination with danger, and our need to believe that somewhere on Earth, mystery still exists. Today, satellites monitor the Atlantic 24 hours a day. Advanced sonar scans the ocean floor. GPS systems have replaced old magnetic compasses, and yet the Bermuda Triangle continues to live on in popular culture, because some mysteries are too powerful to fade away. In the end, the Bermuda Triangle may not be a gateway to another dimension, or a hidden alien base, or the ruins of Atlantis. It may simply be a reminder that the ocean, vast, powerful, and unpredictable, still commands respect. And maybe that's mysterious enough. When people hear the name Bermuda Triangle, they often imagine vanishing ships, lost airplanes, and strange forces beyond human understanding. For decades, this region of the Atlantic Ocean has been described as a mysterious danger zone. But what do scientists actually say about it? According to the scientific community, the Bermuda Triangle is not a supernatural hotspot. In fact, it is not even officially recognized as a geographic region. It loosely forms a triangle between Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan. This area covers roughly 500,000 square miles of ocean, and it is one of the busiest maritime and air travel routes in the world. Oceanographers point out a very important fact: when you have thousands of ships and aircraft passing through a region every year, accidents are statistically inevitable. The number of incidents reported in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly higher than in other heavily traveled parts of the ocean. In other words, the data does not support the idea that this area is unusually dangerous. Weather is one of the main scientific explanations. The Bermuda Triangle lies in a region prone to sudden and powerful tropical storms. It is part of the Atlantic hurricane belt, where massive storms can form quickly and intensify within hours. Before modern satellite tracking and forecasting systems, ships and planes could easily be caught off guard. A vessel facing 40-foot waves and violent winds could sink rapidly, leaving little trace behind. Another major factor is the Gulf Stream. This is a powerful, fast-moving ocean current that flows through the triangle. Scientists explain that if a ship sinks or an aircraft crashes into the water, the Gulf Stream can quickly carry debris far away from the crash site. This makes recovery operations extremely difficult. In some cases, wreckage may never be found, not because it vanished mysteriously, but because it was scattered across vast distances. There is also the issue of navigation. In earlier centuries, sailors relied heavily on magnetic compasses. The Earth's magnetic field is not perfectly uniform, and in certain areas, including parts of the Bermuda Triangle, magnetic north and true north align more closely than in most other regions. If navigators did not account for magnetic variation properly, even a small miscalculation could send a ship dozens of miles off course. Over open ocean, that small error could become life-threatening. Some scientists have examined the methane gas theory. Beneath parts of the ocean floor are deposits of methane hydrates. In theory, if large amounts of methane gas were suddenly released, the bubbles could reduce the density of the water. A ship floating above such an eruption could potentially lose buoyancy and sink. However, researchers emphasize that there is currently no confirmed evidence linking methane eruptions directly to any specific Bermuda Triangle disappearance. Let's consider one of the most famous cases: Flight 19, the 5 U.S. Navy training planes that disappeared in 1945. Investigations suggest that the flight leader may have become disoriented, possibly believing he was over the Florida Keys when he was actually over the Atlantic. As fuel ran low and weather conditions worsened, the situation likely turned fatal. From a scientific standpoint, confusion, navigation error, and environmental conditions offer a more realistic explanation than paranormal forces. Importantly, official organizations do not treat the Bermuda Triangle as a special risk zone. The U.S. Coast Guard does not list it as unusually hazardous. Insurance companies do not charge higher premiums for vessels traveling through the area. Modern GPS technology, advanced radar systems, and real-time weather monitoring have dramatically reduced the risk of unexplained disappearances. Scientists often say that the legend of the Bermuda Triangle grew largely due to media sensationalism in the mid-20th century. Books and documentaries highlighted mysterious cases while ignoring the many routine, safe journeys that happen there every single day. Over time, the myth became stronger than the facts. From a scientific perspective, the Bermuda Triangle represents a combination of natural forces, powerful storms, strong ocean currents, navigational challenges, and human error. There is no credible evidence of alien activity, underwater cities, time portals, or supernatural energy fields. In the end, scientists believe the real story is less about mystery and more about the immense power of nature and the limits of human perception. The ocean is vast, unpredictable, and sometimes unforgiving. When something disappears in such an environment, it can be incredibly difficult to recover evidence. So, while the legend of the Bermuda Triangle continues to capture the imagination of millions, the scientific explanation is far more grounded. It is not a gateway to another dimension. It is simply a busy, storm-prone region of the Atlantic Ocean where natural forces and human mistakes sometimes collide. And perhaps the greatest mystery is not the ocean itself, but why we are so eager to believe in mysteries when science offers answers.